Hi everyone, this is Heidi. This is my presentation for Home Helpers, which is my idea for a personal assistant on-call team that helps you when you cannot get out and shop or run errands for yourself. My value statement is we provide the support you need while you take care of what is important at home. This is my idea of what our team would look like. Several different people in different locations being on call for your needs. We would serve people who are, for some reason or another, stuck at home or unable to get to the store for whatever reason. This could be someone who wakes up in the middle of the night, has a sick child, and realizes they're out of medication for a fever. Or if you are a new parent and you need supplies from the store but can't bundle everybody up and head out, this would be something that you could reach out and we could go get for you and bring to your home. Perhaps there is a recipe that you're working on and you have people coming and you can't leave, but you still need that item. You could still contact us and we could go get that item and deliver it to your door for a fee. The other instance that I see this working very well in is if you are a caregiver, the rest of your family works full-time, you are there with that person, but you can't leave them alone to go to the store and you run out of milk or bread, or they really want an item that you can't get nearby, you don't have stocked up. This would be a way to help those people who do not necessarily have somebody to step in and cover for them on those occasions. A lot of times we are one of those families, and sometimes you find yourself relocating to a new area and you don't have family support or friends that you can call. Many times they're working full-time or working a shift, or you find yourself stuck in the middle of the night without somebody to go run and get things for you. Things that we could go get would be perhaps healthcare. We could pick up prescriptions for someone who perhaps doesn't drive or lives too far from the store. Diapers or baby care materials. Cold and fever medication, something as simple as Band-Aids, feminine hygiene products, or personal hygiene and toiletries. Perhaps there's a trip that you're planning for and you didn't buy your shampoo, but you don't have time to stop and take everybody to the store and go shop. The next category of items were lifestyle items, groceries, pet supplies, pet food, cat litter, clothing. If you've ever done something like I've done before, get to work and either have pants rip or spill something down your shirt and you have a big presentation coming up and you don't necessarily have time to run to the store and pick up a new shirt, but you do know your size, we could run to the store, pick that up, and deliver it to you at your work, saving you time to work on your presentation without having to go out to the store. If you have a bank deposit that needs to go into the bank, we could take that in during banking hours, which would be useful for people who have family members who drive but don't get off work until 5 o'clock after the bank is closed. What happens if you are pregnant and you want mashed potatoes and gravy from your favorite restaurant? We could go get that and bring it to you, even if there's no one there with a vehicle to take you. If you needed things dropped off or picked up at the dry cleaners, if you needed items posted at the post office, or if you are looking for a specialty gift for someone and you're not quite sure where to find those things, we could source that and shop for you. The next one would be under the category of hobbies. These would be things like you're in the middle of painting your house and you realize that you need 1 more gallon of paint, or you drop your last paintbrush in the dirt and you've got everything set out, but you just can't see packing it all up to go into town to get 1 more paintbrush. You could call us and we could come take care of that for you. If you need a replacement part for a sink that you're fixing and you don't want to have to run all the way to town to take care of that or go to several shops to find out if they have the piece that you need, this is something that we could take care of for you. The last category would be home projects. things like plywood or car battery or tire repair or needing a carpet cleaner in the middle of the night if you have a sick pet or child. How it works, my envisioning of this would be that you would sign up with us. You would set up a PayPal account for payment. You would provide the deposit that was set for whatever services you're looking for. We would provide a preferences survey. For instance, if you're getting grocery delivery and you want 2% milk, you only want the store brand, not the name brand, those things would be addressed. You would provide personal information such as your clothing sizes, shoe sizes, the information for your car if that was going to be something that you would need. And all of this would be something that you would keep up, edited, and up to date, which we would also then verify before we went and shopped for you, if it was something that we did not do on a regular basis. You could then set up either weekly appointments, bi-weekly appointments, a one-time appointment, and then with an email order form, you would indicate what things you would want, the quantity, and you would have that in by a deadline in order for us to shop the day that you're wanting your goods. Once all of the was done and the goods were dropped off, then you would have 24 hours to pay your invoice, which would be left with you and all the original receipts on your doorstep. If you needed something on an emergency or on-call basis, you would either text or call the numbers for the people who are on call, and they would be able to get your information on what you would need. If there was something for special orders, such as a gift purchasing that had very specific parameters, or to set up an emergency account, you would need to contact myself in the office and set those things up. If you're asking if we can help you, there are so many times that we have all found ourselves needing a little bit of extra assistance. It's not all the time, and it's not always the same people. We all get into different seasons of our life, and there are a lot of circumstances that could benefit from having somebody that can be as close as a phone call or text away. If for some reason that there is a purchase that needs to be returned, if it's damaged, if we got it to the house too late, or for some reason it didn't fit or wasn't the right item, we would then return the item to the store according to the store policies with the receipt that the client had, and we would do that without a fee. The other issue that I see coming up would be for non-payment. Initially, this is why having a deposit on file would be critical. If an invoice remained unpaid for 7 calendar days, then it would be processed, that invoice would be processed out of the deposit. If the client then wanted to continue services, the deposit would be reevaluated looking at what their common purchases are, and then would need to be repaid so that there was a full deposit in place in order for the services to begin. Understanding that sometimes things happen. If there's a need for our service, there's obviously going to be times when there are emergencies that come up and things get missed. However, if a client has 2 unpaid invoices in a 3-month period, we would simply go to a prepay system for those clients so that they would need to estimate for themselves and pay with PayPal and load their account with the amount of money for that shopping trip. Then the fees would be then taken out of that, as well as any receipt totals. And then they could still receive services, but it would just be in a prepaid form. For an overview, our specialty areas would be doing local errands and shopping. These would be based ideally on a weekly scheduled basis. Things like grocery shopping on Monday or picking up dry cleaning on Tuesday. If needed, there would be emergency needs, which would be the texting or calling after hours. This would be an added fee, sort of a specialty service. An on-call response would be sent out. So whoever the employee was that was on call would be the one that would be sent out to shop for the client. And then complex tasks would be custom pricing and would need advanced scheduling. And this would be something like a gift purchase that required traveling to a certain place and a dedicated shopper for an extended amount of time. Right now we're looking at a home base in Arkansas City, Kansas. This would serve the southeast part of the state, Cowley County. Possible expansion with the growth projected to have another base in Burden, which is outside of Winfield, which was also kind of a gateway to the eastern side of the county, with a possibility of moving up into Wichita and the surrounding area in the future. My expectation would be that between 2018 and 2020, that there would be a jump primarily in the first year of first people signed up, growth consistently, steadily over the next year, and then once adding a second base, it would jump again as well. My projections: launching in Arkansas City in 2018, expanding to 4 full-time employees by the spring of 2019, opening a second office in the fall of 2019 in time for the fall holiday season, and then expanding to 10 full-time employees by the summer of 2020. This is something that I see in our community. We have a large community of non-drivers and elderly, and I see a lot of times families that are taking care of them that cannot leave in order to go shop or take care of simple errands. This would serve a gap. We do not have a bus system or a reliable taxi service for people to be able to go and do this. And so for a small fee, they would not have to worry about the costs of buying a car, the upkeep, and just the added responsibilities of car ownership. Or if they're older and they don't want to have that responsibility, or their families have decided that perhaps it's not the best thing for them to be driving, this would give them the freedom to be able to shop and still have some sort of self-reliance. This, for me, seems like a great way to bridge the gap between the people in our community that are homebound and those families that are overloaded with responsibilities already and are struggling to get everything done on their own. Thank you.